Hey there, it's me, Dri. I want to talk today about when everything starts to fall apart. When it feels like your life is unraveling thread by thread. Maybe the job falls away, or the relationship collapses, or your friendships you thought were forever suddenly begin to dissolve. And you're left feeling empty, staring at the pieces of a life you no longer recognize. I want to tell you that I know that feeling because I've lived it. There was a time in my life where everything I thought was secure, it all vanished almost overnight. The marriage I clung to, the stability I thought that I had, and even the version of myself I thought I needed to be. All of those things came undone in an instant. And at the time, it felt like the biggest punishment. It felt like I had broken into a million pieces. But what I've learned since then is that unraveling, it's not destruction. What it is initiation. Because when your life unravels, it's not because you're being torn apart or for no reason. It's because the foundation you are standing on can no longer hold you. And sometimes the walls, they have to collapse so you can see the cracks in the structure. So you don't keep building your future on something that was never meant to last. And just like a cocoon has to split open for the butterfly to be free, your unraveling is the breaking that makes your wings possible. For me, the unraveling came when I walked away from my first husband. I had 2 babies in my arms, no money, and no stability. I went from living in a beautiful home to moving into a cockroach-infested apartment where me and my 2 babies shared one tiny little room. Every day was survival for us. There were long commutes. I was on food stamps, and I would spend my nights crying myself to sleep, wondering how I would make it even another week. And yet, it was in that collapse that I discovered something I never knew I had. I discovered my own strength. Because in losing everything I thought that defined me, I found the woman who was still standing there in the ashes. But the unraveling, it didn't stop there. There was another moment when I came home to find my apartment completely ransacked. Food was dumped all over the floor. My children's belongings thrown everywhere. And the person I thought I could lean on at the time, my baby's father, the one who was supposed to be helping me, he was the very one who had turned my home into complete chaos. And in that moment, I realized the inside of my apartment, it felt more dangerous than the streets it was built on. And once again, I found myself in a place where I had to choose. Would I keep holding on to what was breaking me? Or would I allow the unraveling to strip me of what was false so I could stand finally in truth? Because that's the thing about sacred unraveling. It doesn't just happen once. It comes in cycles. And every time you rise to a new level of your life, the old one has to fall away. The threads that no longer serve you get pulled loose. And the structures that can't support who you're becoming, they collapse. And though it feels like loss, it is always making room for more. So if you're in that place right now, staring at the rubble, wondering why everything is falling apart, I want you to know you are not failing. What's happening is your awakening, and you are not being punished. You are being prepared. And when the pieces start to settle, you'll look back and see that the life that fell apart, it was never meant to hold you, and that you were always meant for more. So let it unravel. Let the old fall away, because on the other side of this is the truest version of you. And just remember, where there is love, there is light. And that love and the light that comes with it, they have to start with you. I'll see you guys soon.